Hey Flosstube, it's Laura B. I am here. It is 2023. It is January 3rd, 2023. This is Flosstube number 23, which I think that worked out really well. I ended the last year with 22 and 2022, starting this year with 23 and 2023. I don't know. I like numbers, and that just kind of makes me happy that it worked out that way. It wasn't planned, but hey, we'll take it. So today, this video, I am going to share what I've been doing, and I've actually gotten a lot of things done because I was off work from like Christmas through New Year's, so I had that whole week off. I focused on some crafty projects and some home projects too, but I am going to show you some finishes, my whips, my plans for January, which are basically finalized, and some quilting updates, and some really cool toys and tools that I got for Christmas. I'm so excited. Okay, so let's just jump right in. Excuse me, I had McDonald's tonight. I love McDonald's. It's kind of a guilty pleasure thing. I really do like it, but well, I'm older now. So anyway, my first finish, we talked about this last time, and I was like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. What did I do to myself? The 1988 Prairie Schooler Santa. So I did end up ripping out that extra stitch on the sides. It ended up not being that big of a deal because there is a border all the way around him, and it ties in really well and evenly with his boots down here. And I just knew if I didn't take out those few stitches, I would regret it, and I didn't want to have any regrets with this stitch because it's Santa Claus. You can't be sad with Santa around. So, but 1988 Santa is finished. I did not press him. He's kind of creased, but it's okay. These will probably be going into a quilt at some point, but I have a bunch more to do before I'm to the point where I will make them into a quilt. So my next Santa I will talk about in a few minutes. So that's my first finish. Second finish. Okay, so I have done all of the Lori Holt stitch cards, like all. And I got set in, and it's super cute. Love them for the most part. I've gotten 3 of the 4 done, and that's all I'm doing. You know why? Because I don't like the snail. I just don't. It's not that cute. I have nothing against snails. I love escargot, so I guess that's kind of mean when you're talking about liking snails because I like to eat snails. Anyway, I got 3 of them done. The little mushroom. So cute. The little marigold, also cute. And how cute is this little gnome? I don't know why. Okay, so I made the Norman Nanette quilt, and everyone was like, oh, it's so cute, it's Santa. I'm like, no, they're gnomes. Santa's not a gnome. This is a gnome. Gnome, not Santa. But with the red hat and I mean, he kind of looks Santa-ish, but he's not. He's not a Santa. It's a gnome. So, Lori Holt set in. And I just made the decision that I'm not doing the snail. I don't like it. I would never use the little pillow. So I'm just not doing it. And I'm telling myself I'm okay with that. The other thing I wanted to show you, this came up in a Facebook group that I'm part of. We were talking about how you finish these into little pillows. Okay, so there's the Sheba. I don't know why she's barking, but something's going on. A leaf moved or something. I finished these into little pillows. I make them just like I would a great big throw pillow. So I cut my Aida cloth to 4 inches square, and then the back little flappies I cut 4 by 5, and then I fold them in half. I cut them 4 by 5, but then I don't overlap them that much. So I really should probably be cutting them like 4.5 by 4. So just to give a little bit of an overlap on the back. And then I make a little muslin insert that I really just take a piece of muslin and sew around it, and I fill it with lizard litter. I fold a little flappy over on one end, sew it, and I stuff it in there. And it works great. And I use them for my bowl fillers, for my dough bowl on my fireplace mantle. And I love the way they look. And I don't have to like stitch the backs closed or anything because nothing's falling out of there. It's fine. And the lizard litter, which is crushed walnuts. Okay, let's just be honest. It's crushed walnuts. The crushed walnuts are inside the muslin, so it's not going anywhere. This isn't going anywhere. And, you know, if I wanted to stop making the little muslin inserts, I could just, you know, pop them out of this one and put them in a different one when I switch out my pillows in my bowl. So, second finish was the Lori Holt stitch cards. Third finish, where are we going here? Okay. Third finish. My first Pinker and Punkin salt box. This is Edna Viola, and it is not fully finished because I'm waiting for a frame. I ordered a 5x5 frame off of Amazon yesterday because I couldn't decide how I wanted to finish this. I first was going to put it on my perpetual calendar, but then I was like, but I'm doing January, I'm doing 12 more. I'm doing one for January through December. And those are going to go on that perpetual calendar. And then this one would never, you know, really get used. So I decided instead of, you know, I thought, well, I could do a flat fold, but I didn't really want to do that because, I don't know, flat folds really aren't my thing. I like them if it's a holiday, but I want this to be sitting out more in my craft area. So I want it out a lot so I can see it. So then I was like, well, I could do a pillow. And I'm like, what would I do with the pillow? Where would I put that? So I decided I'm going to frame it. So the design is about 4 1/8 inch square. I stitched this on a 28 count Lugana by Zweigart, and I used anchor floss, which we went over in the last Flosstube. So check out Flosstube 22 for the list of anchor colors. And I did use a hoop, a spring hoop, when I stitched this. I did hand dye the fabric. It came as an antique white, and I used the pearl gray, tan and scarlet and dyed it. And we'll talk about that a little bit more when I talk about the next Pinker and Punkin stitch that I'm doing now. So here's my next finish, and I'll probably show it to you in the frame next time just because I'm super excited about the frame and it's going to be cute on the wall and makes me happy. So there's the next finish. Okay, this next one, you're not going to believe this. You're not even going to believe it. I mean, like, if you had any guesses in the world, I don't think you would guess this. I finished the fantastic fungi. Let me see. There we go. And it is framed, and it is ready for my stepdaughter when she gets back from her trip. It measures, okay, so the original design for this was a diamond. And I really struggled with the diamond and trying to decide what I was going to, how I was going to frame it, how I was going to finish it. And they finished it just like, kind of like a banner, like a wall hanging in a diamond shape, which is great, but I didn't want to do that. And I'm a more controlled person. Not that diamonds are crazy, but they're not rectangles or squares. So, and you don't find diamond frames, so how do you frame a diamond? And I kept trying to decide what I was going to do, and first I thought, well, I'd add some names and stitching around, and I wasn't loving that idea, and I stitched part of it, and then I was like, I don't know how I'm going to get this to work. So I took the pattern and I cut it apart and I taped it back together. So I cut all the little mushrooms apart and I taped it back together in the arrangement that I wanted, and used packing tape and taped all over the piece of paper so I would have a chart so I could follow along a lot easier, because it was hard for me to be like, okay, so it's a diamond, so I can take this quadrant and put it down here and this quadrant and put it up here, and then I have a rectangle, and in my mind I could see it, but when I went to stitch it I was like, this is not working. So that's what I did. I cut up the pattern, I taped it back together, and I got it stitched. I was so excited after I did that, obviously, that I worked on this for several days, and I didn't look up how many hours I have in on it. I have it tracked somewhere. I'll have to share that at some point. But I finished it. And then I also added in a bunch of the little confetti stitches around, and they had like these little rings here. And I think they're supposed to be like little spores or something, you know, like mushrooms have spores. But like these little rings, I know it's like a thing that mushrooms will grow in a ring. It's like a fairy ring is what they call it. So I did that in several places and did just like some little stars and just different things all throughout. And I didn't really use the pattern at all for that part of it. I just kind of looked at the blank spaces and stitched away. So this is framed in an 8x10. The final design with my new arrangement is about 6.5 by 8.5. So it works out great. And this is ready to go. I cannot believe it's finished. I was hoping to have it done by September because I was just struggling so much with this stitch, but now it's done. And it really gives me some enthusiasm, I guess, for the other ones that I have going on that we'll talk about in just a moment too. All right, so yay, Fantastic Fungi by Stitchonomy, fully finished in a frame, ready to be delivered. All right, so my only whip right now is also the Pinker and Punkin salt box, and this is the January salt box that I'm gonna stitch. So I started this a couple nights ago. My husband had some work out of town, so I stitched like 6 hours yesterday on this. I think I have around 9 hours in on it already. And so I'm stitching this on 28 count Lugana. It was also antique white before I dyed it. And then I just did some hand dyeing with teal and evening blue. So what I do for that is I just take the cloth, and let me get one that's not stitched on. I just take the cloth and I crumple it up. This is very, precise, right? Crumple it up and I stuff it into a plastic cup. And then I heat about a cup of water in the microwave until it's boiling and add in just a few drops of dye because I'm not doing much. It's just this little bitty piece of cloth, right? So I just add in a few little drops of dye, and then I take a spoon. I usually start with the lighter color. So I started with teal, took a spoon and just kind of spooned some dye over this crumpled up fabric. Oh, and I get this wet too, by the way. I get this wet just with tap water, stuff it in the cup. Heat the water in the microwave till it's boiling, add a couple drops of the lighter color, take a spoon, spoon over it, and then I actually just mixed the darker dye in with the teal. So I had teal in the water and then I added in some evening blue. Did the same thing and spooned. And then I poured it over the cloth, left it for maybe a minute and dumped all the liquid out. And then I went back and did another cup of water, a couple more drops of teal, because I wanted it more teal than blue. And heated more water, put more teal in that hot water, and then poured it all over the cloth and let it sit for about 10 minutes, maybe. Because I didn't want it to get too dark. I wanted to keep it pretty light because I had some colors that I chose for my flosses that I didn't want them to be hard to see when I was stitching them, right? So this is what I got. So because it's crumpled in that cup and I spoon over and then dump off the dye pretty quickly, you get a lot of really cool modeling and stuff in your fabric. And I like that. So if that's what you're going for, you might want to try that process out and see if you can get that result. And it does take some playing with. So I would think that what a good, if you don't want to use like your good cloth, because I would definitely not practice with good cloth. If you have cheap aida or linen laying around, or just get some white muslin, Joann's, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, wherever, Walmart. Get some cheap white muslin and play with that and practice your dyeing with that and get your technique down. And then when you're confident in how you want your process to work and what you want your fabrics to look like, then go ahead and do your cross stitch cloth. And that way it just gives you a little more practice before, you happen to ruin some good cloth or something. So that's what I've done for this. And I think I plan on hand dyeing every month for the Pinker and Punkin stitch along. Don't forget to use your hashtag. And then I'll share with you what colors I use for my cloth, and I'll also share the anchor floss colors. And if you're interested in just to know which anchor floss colors I used for this design, I did change out the house to be more of a teal color than a blue. So, I mean, obviously the snowflakes as well. So if you're interested in those colors, you can look me up on Instagram. I posted the chart color list and the colors that I'm using. I think I did that Sunday. So around January 1st. So go back and look at my Instagram account and you can get all of those anchor floss colors. All right, so that's my new start and whip. Yay! I plan on working on that again tonight after I'm done with this. I don't know if I'll finish it tonight. It might be tomorrow night before it's fully finished. And then that one will get mounted on sticky board with washers, and I will use that on my perpetual calendar for January. Yay! All right, so January plans. I have got to make some progress on my flags on the 4th stitch. The count, it's Count Your Stitches, American Quilters cross stitch, and I know you've seen this several times. The designer is Katie Nolan. It was a collaboration with Lisa Bonjean. You can get this pattern on Etsy. She still does have it. I am going to focus on this one, especially since I have the fungi done. So my 7th stitch, my 7th, 17th, and 27th stitch is finished. So I'm going to focus more on my flags on the 4th and try to get a lot more progress on it. I know I discussed a couple floss tubes ago that if I get 3 flags a month done, then I should have it done before the 4th of July, which would be amazing. So that's kind of my goal. And I'm hoping that's going to happen. We'll see. Like I said, I'm allocating more days a month to that stitch now. And I'm actually going to allocate like 2 or 3 evenings in a row to that stitch. So I'm hoping that I will have a lot more progress to show in 2 weeks than I did the past month or two. Kind of bad. I am still working on the Historic Stitchery Christmas Stitch Along. I have not made any progress on it. And so I'm going to do the same thing with it. I am going to allocate extra days each month to finish this up. And I'm hoping, I don't know, I'm hoping by July, Christmas in July. So the flags on the 4th, I'm hoping to have it done by June. And then the historic stitch for the Christmas stitch along, I'm hoping I'll have it done by July. Those are just kind of, they're not like my main stitches. So they're kind of like, yeah, well, I've worked on my main stitch and I'm ahead of where I thought I was for the month. So let's work on this for a few more days. But starting this month, I'm going to allocate additional days to those and try to get further along in those progresses. Let's see, what else? Oh, okay, I'm starting this. Yay! I'm starting this on the 5th. So this is the 3rd. So Thursday night, I'm going to start Autumn Love, which is a design by Lori Holt, and I do have the quilt as well as done. It's amazing. I love it. So I'm going to try to get this done by October, because that's usually, maybe September. Usually that's when I hang up my Autumn Love quilt. So I want that stitch to be done as well. Then I also, on my list for January, I put down that I'm going to do the 2017 Prairie Schooler Santa. I'll put a picture of him there. Isn't he cute? And so I'm hoping to get that done in January. I'm going to do that like the last week of January. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Like the last week of each month is going to be Prairie Schooler Santa. I might even that'd be kind of cool. I might even start a Santa on the 25th of each month. That would be kind of cool. So I'm gonna make a note because that's a good idea. Sometimes I have good ideas. So let's do that. We'll start a Prairie Schooler Santa on the 25th. Okay. I thought that was all my plans. But then, today, I was browsing online, as I do, and I ran across a free pattern by FatQuarterShop. They get me every time. So they released this free pattern called Love Note. And it is super cute. It's not that big. It is 89 by 97. So basically 6.5 by 7. There is quite a bit of solid stitching in here. So that'd be a lot. But I love these. This is how they got me. Okay. This is what happened. I love these little filigrees. I love those. And this little curly curl here. And these little, I love all of that. And this is actually red. My printer just sucks. So yeah, I'm going to start this. I don't know when, but I'm hoping that I start that in January at some point. So I need to, you know, get fabric and find the floss colors and all that good stuff. And I don't know. I might change the colors. What do you think? I mean, I like the red heart, but maybe I could do like a pink heart and like a purple envelope, or maybe a purple heart, or I don't know. I might change the colors, or I might leave it the way it is. We'll see. You never know what's going to happen. And if I do that, then I could change, I could change the white to like a light purple, and then I could change the cloth color. I kind of like that idea. We'll see what happens. We'll give that some thought. We will give that some thought. All right, let's see where we're at. Doom. We did the fully finishes. We did the whips. We did January plans. Oh, I need to show you what I got for Christmas. One moment. Okay, so Christmas, I must have been good this year because my husband got me lots of crafty little things, and so did my mother-in-law. My husband got me these really cute scissors. Do you see that? They're so cute. They're like rainbowy, iridescent looking. Love them. And then my mother-in-law got me this pair of scissors. I love embroidery scissors. I think they're the cutest little things ever. And then, let's see. My husband did good. He got me some, what is this? It's even weave. Some 28 count even weave fabric. And then he also, because he's so funny, he got me this huge piece of 18 count Aida cloth. And it is 29.5 by 36 inches. And he was like, well, I thought maybe you should do like a big stitch of something. And I was like, that is so cool. I love it. And it's 18 count. I don't really do 18 count that much, but I'll use it. I'll use it for something. I'm actually thinking about doing Peppermint Lane on it. Even though I was going to do Peppermint Lane on a Lugana, I could do it on Aida. And it's such a big stitch. If I did it on 18 count, then it wouldn't be as big as it was going to be. And then I could do it as one design, which makes me happy. So I think that's probably what's going to happen with the 18 count Aida cloth that I got. Okay, and then my mother-in-law loves me. Saw on my wish list that I had this pattern by Lori Holt. So she got me this. So she did. And, this was not new. Then she also got me this Joyful Christmas cross stitch book by Romina. Yay! And there's free bonus downloads in there. I meant to, here, this is so cute, isn't it? I love that. Love it. All right. So love that. Good things. He loves me. He also got me this. This is Basic Gray, I believe. No, is it Basic Gray? No, it's Decorum. It's by Moda. Yeah, it's Basic Gray. I was thinking, it's Basic Gray. So basic gray decorum line, fat quarter bundle. Love this. It's so pretty. I've just like set it on the shelf and just been staring at it because it's so pretty. I don't know what I'm going to use it for yet. It's going to have to be something special. And then, he's a good guy. I tell you what, this is why I keep him around. He also got me the Stitch Fat Quarter Bundle by Riley Blake, Lori Holt's line, Stitch. And this is so cute. Let me see if I can find, yes. I don't know if you can see that, and I don't want to take it apart yet. But this is the one that has the ladies on it. Oh, I'm so excited. I love that fabric so much. And I think there's another one down here that also has ladies on it. Yeah. Has the ladies. It's so cute. So, so cute. So this one will definitely be going into a quilt as well. I'm not sure which one yet, but it's going to be adorable because how could it not be with those fabrics? They are so pretty. Love them, love them, love them. And then he thought I was a little silly, but I'm telling you, this was like the best thing he got me. I didn't know that you could get can koozies that were like blank, right? Like nothing on them. And you can put Cricut vinyl on them. So I used my Cricut and made myself a can koozie. Then it matches my featherweight. How cool is that? I am so in love with the can koozie idea. I made some for my friends for game night. I won't share those because they have inappropriate words on them. But they're fun and they're for game night. And hopefully my friends took them in fun too. They did. It's all good. What happens at the game table stays at the game table. So, but this is, and I have one left and I'm not really sure what I'm going to do with it yet. They came in a package of 6. I was like, where did you get these? I didn't even know this was a thing. And how did I not know this was a thing? So now I'm like on a mission that I need to figure out, like, everyone's getting can koozies because I'm just like, this is awesome. I can make them and they'll be adorable. And how fun is that? Okay. So there is my new stuff. Okay, quilts. My quilt update. I don't have any progress on the Sewcialites 2. I am 1 week behind, I guess, on the blocks. They released a block on like the 30th, December 30th. I haven't made that one yet. So I have that one to make, and then they'll release another one on Thursday this week. So I'll have to get those 2 blocks done to be current with Sewcialites 2. And I'm fine with that. And then I haven't done any more on So Simple Shapes because I focused on the Scrappiness is Happiness quilt. And it is finished. The top is finished. I have to take it to have it, I have to take it and quilt it yet. But the top is finished and I love it. Oh my gosh. This sew along is going on right now with FatQuarterShop. It's for Lori Holt's new book, Scrappiness is Happiness. They're doing like 1 block a week and Lori is putting out a video each week for each block. I think they're on week 9, I believe. It goes through June and I just decided that I had the book and I had the layout and the instructions and everything, and I wanted to make that my winter break project for quilting. This featherweight and I had a great day last Thursday, the 29th, and we sewed our little hearts out and finished up all of the blocks, and then we finished up putting it together. I did put the outer borders on this one with my Juki because, well, I put my featherweight away, and the featherweight and I had a great time, and then she was like, okay, I'm tired, I want to go take a rest now, and I put everything away, and I put the borders on it on Friday, I believe. It could have been Saturday that I did the borders, one of those 2 days. But so the Scrappiness is Happiness quilt top is completed, and I do have backing for it, so all I gotta do is cut my batting off the roll and take it down and quilt it. I am so excited. It measures around, I think it's like 85 square, I think is what it is. You can get the layout instructions on FatQuarterShop's website, and that's free. The book is Scrappiness is Happiness by Lori Holt. It's published by Edso Emma, and you can get that at FatQuarterShop as well. So you'll need the book to do the blocks, and then you'll need the free layout pattern to put the top together. And it has all the sashing and borders and all of that good stuff too. So that is my quilty update. I have made plans. I'm going to retreat in February, and I couldn't decide what I was going to do, but I have plans now. I need to do the MG logo quilt for my husband. He has been accepted into the World of Wheels car show in Kansas City in early March. So I need to put the MG logo quilt together for him. MG is a car, by the way. It's like a car brand like Ford or Chevy. MG is a car brand. And we have two of them. We have a B and we have an A. So he's been accepted into the World of Wheels car show. I'll put that MG quilt together for him. And then I'm hoping to get that done before I go to retreat. So retreat project is going to be the Swoon by Thimble Blossoms. They have 3 different patterns that use the same Swoon block, just in different sizes. And I'm going to do the original Swoon. My mother-in-law gave me a Tim Holtz Eclectic Provisions fabric fat quarter bundle. And so I'm going to use that with some grunge background that I have and make the Swoon quilt. It should be really cool. It should be like all kind of neutral colors, not flowery. I would say it's going to be kind of manly, I guess. Masculine. I don't know. It's not going to be frilly. That's what we're going to say. So I'll get that together. I'll probably cut everything out and then take that with me to retreat. And then I'm also going to work on an Oh My Stars quilt at retreat if I get the Swoon quilt together, which I don't know if I will or not because I plan on chatting a lot. I have some friends that are going to retreat too this year. Yeah, so that'll be fun. Yeah, I think that's it. I keep saying I'm sorry about that. All right, so subscriber update, Flosstube22. I was like, hey, if I get to 600 subscribers, we're gonna do a giveaway, and we are at 583. So if you have not subscribed to my channel, subscribe below, like the video, please. Share the video out to Instagram or Facebook or wherever. Share my video, tell your friends, leave me a comment below. Help me get to 600 subscribers. When I get to 600 subscribers, I'm going to give away your choice, a project bag with a project clutch. So just so you know what the clutches look like, the bags are 12 by 15. The open space here is big enough that you can put 8.5 by 11 inch paper in there and see your full pattern if you like to stitch like I do. And then the clutch will come with a little place. I put a magnet in this pocket so I can stick a needle minder on there. And a little tabby tab to hang either your scissor fob or I put my spare needles in here when I'm not using them. And then I just leave my scissors on my needle minder. And then it also has a clear pocket inside that you can stuff some little goodies in there. Maybe some thread floss, and if you're using a floss color, you can wind it up and stick that in there. And then this fabric, I'm using like a white felt or a fleece, I guess, on the inside of these, so it's not going to wrinkle and tear and fluff and be gross like the batting ones that I've made in the past. So this is really cool, right? So someone's gonna win this. When I get to 600 subscribers on that Flosstube, you're gonna leave a comment, and then I will draw a name and someone will get their choice. So there's either this one or this one. I love this fabric so much. It's so, so cute. So, so cute. And then I will mail it to you and you will have a project bag and it'll be amazing. So help me get to 600 subscribers. And thank you so much for those that have already subscribed and commented and gave me well wishes on my Flosstube channel. It's amazing. I love it. I have to say, I also really love the fact that people that know me in real life. They're like, I've been watching your Flosstubes. I'm like, really? Which I don't know why, but it's so embarrassing. Complete strangers, feel free to watch my Flosstube. Love it. People that know me, oh no, I hope you're not pointing and laughing and saying, Laura is insane. And if you are, you already know that, so I guess it shouldn't bother me. Anyway, so thank you so much for going along on this journey with me, helping me reach my subscriber goals. And I really do hope to get to 600 before the next Flosstube in 2 weeks. So help me out with that, please. All right. So again, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Should be in 2 weeks.